At the county auction in Missoula, Montana, the air was thick with tension. A German shepherd lay motionless at the center, its scars telling stories of unspeakable suffering. Once a proud military dog, now reduced to a shadow of itself. The crowd murmured, "Not worth a dime." The seller scoffed, "Damaged goods." The auctioneer's voice trembled, his hands shaking as he said, "Starting bid, 50. Laughter rippled through the room, but in the back, Ethan Walker, a battle-hardened Marine, stood. "I'll take him." The words sliced through the room like a knife. The room fell silent. No one knew it yet, but this moment would change everything. Ethan Walker had fought countless battles. At 34, his soul was haunted by the war. The farm he inherited from his grandfather felt more like a prison than a home. Coffee, horses, and fighting memories, his routine never changed. But when he saw the ad for the military dog on its last chance for life, he felt something stir inside him. Military dogs are heroes, he thought. No hero should be thrown away like trash. The dog's coat was dull, the scars deep. But what hit Ethan the hardest was the dog's empty gaze. It was the same look he saw in the mirror every morning, the pain he couldn't outrun. Claire Thompson, the local vet, observed quietly, knowing the military bureaucracy had kept her from helping the dog. But she also knew that today, everything could change. When Ethan approached the auctioneer and asked for the dog's name, the response was simple: Zero. "That's not his name," Ethan said with steady resolve. "We'll find a better name for you." Before he could move, the dog lunged, sharp teeth bared pure rage. But Ethan didn't flinch. "I've seen that look before," he thought. He wasn't a monster. "Hey, buddy," he whispered, his voice low, comforting. "I'm not going to hurt you." To everyone's shock, the dog backed down. The rage was replaced by confusion. "My God," someone gasped. "This dog should be put down." "No," Ethan's voice was unwavering. "He's coming with me." Their journey was just beginning. But the first test came that night at the ranch. Shadow, as Ethan named him, refused to enter the barn, staying in the dark, trembling. Ethan didn't push. He sat outside, speaking softly, telling stories of fields, freedom, and peace. Time passed, but the dog didn't move. 1 hour, then 2, before Shadow took a tentative step toward him. Not trust, just a silent willingness to try. The next morning, Claire arrived to examine the dog. As she approached, Shadow started to growl, a sound filled with fear, not aggression. "This isn't just aggression, it's trauma," Claire said, her voice full of sadness. "What have they done to him?" The days that followed were filled with silence and confusion. Shadow rejected food, retreating into himself. Ethan didn't give up, though the trauma seemed unbearable. When a storm hit, Shadow panicked and fled into the night. Ethan, frantic, ran after him through the mud, feeling his heart race. When he finally found Shadow, cornered, Ethan didn't force him to come back. He sat in the cold, wet mud, speaking softly. "I know what it's like." Hours passed. Then, at the crack of dawn, Shadow took a hesitant step toward him. It wasn't trust, but the beginning of something more. A week later, Claire revealed the truth. The dog's real name was Rex, a military hero who had served in Afghanistan. But the name of his handler, James Harrison, was mysteriously erased from the records. Ethan stared at the documents, feeling his gut twist. Rex had been on the mission where Ethan's team had fallen. The pieces clicked, and Ethan realized how deeply intertwined their stories were. The truth was unfolding, but the danger was closing in. "Harrison's men are coming," said FBI agent Reynolds. "He's eliminating the dogs who know the truth." Ethan's chest tightened. "How many?" he asked. 27 dogs in the last 3 years. Rex wasn't just surviving anymore, he was becoming a weapon, not just for himself, but for the truth. Ethan's resolve hardened. Together, they would take Harrison down. The night before the final confrontation, Ethan and Rex stood together, stronger, more confident. "We're going to end this," Ethan whispered, his eyes fixed on the starry sky. "I promise," he said. "We'll never let this happen again. No more shadows, no more silence." Together, they were ready to fight for the truth. Did you enjoy this story? Hit subscribe and leave a comment below. Your thoughts mean everything.